Hello and welcome to the program. Thank you all for joining us this morning. We're coming to you live from Abuja, the capital city. This is Moneyline with Nancy, and I am Nancy Naji. It's so nice to know that you're joining us. This morning we have an interesting package for you, at least for the next 50 minutes, as I'll be flying this plane, and it won't crash. We'll be flying this plane together, where we give you the front row seat on economy, business, and finance. We will get started first with this package that we have. Over the years, Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, FCT, has suffered a death of modern markets where it's about 5 million inhabitants can go for shopping in a most conducive, relaxed, and secure atmosphere. The Gap Mesoto Group Limited and its other partners seek to bridge with the KUGBO International Market, projected to be the best and the biggest in Africa. The project developers and managers, Mesoto Group Limited, says the KUGBO International Market, now in its first phase, has reached 90% completion and will be delivered towards the end of 2023. Here is just a short clip for you to take a look at the KUGBO International Market, the soon to be Africa's biggest and best market. Just take a look.
KUGBO Community is one of the most popular settlements in Karo Ward of the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, in the Federal Capital Territory. The community occupies a vintage hilly location along the ever-busy Abuja-Kefi Expressway, and it is about 10 minutes drive from the Abuja city. Sandwiched between the popular AYA and Nyanya, KUGBO has an estimated population of about 20,000 inhabitants. Either the Meso Dixon and Jerry Joseph Damara, the Toll brothers who conceived the idea of the KUGBO International Market a few years ago, had chosen to situate it. But why the choice of KUGBO for such an international market project?
Since the inception of the FCT, that particular area you are seeing where this market is located used to be a buffer zone between Nyanya and Abacha Barracks. And to be candid, if you remember, if you are in Abuja in the 2003, let's say probably 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, you notice there was a real market crisis along that road where people have littered the road with furnitures, building materials. That's from Asokoro to Yanya, left and right. And it was a worrisome situation. So, and you can see a massive land lying there. So it was, I think at the regime of Nasir El-Rufai, they started making, they fixed a committee to look at it. And they found out that that place is matured enough to bring it into the master plan. And because of that, the committee now raised a memorandum and they come up with a plan and send it to Urban Department of Urban and Regional. And you can see how they brought in that place. There is the market, 13 hectare under Abuja investment. Was inculcated and came out from the plan. There is the military estates that we are seeing there. There is a place called Dallas Caraway behind us. There's also the diplomatic zone, which starts from the end of our market to Yaya axis. So you can see these 4 very important things. And behind them, because of that again, already, if you check the master place, directly behind our fence, there's a massive road that is already coming. It's already under construction. A an express route, the same thing like the one you see on Abuja Kefi, is already coming from Babe, whatever side, is already coming down. It will come and cross across the road to Asokoro. So when that link is done, this market you can see, if you're coming from Asokoro, Katampe, all these places, Guzape, easy ride, isn't it? Where will Go Slow come again? Go Slow has gone.
Our goal is to set up a market that will be able to serve the teeming populace. You can see that here in the FCT, there are real shortages of markets. People want to trade, but they don't have a place to trade. That's one thing we want to really avail these great numbers of people that want to, go into trading, and also provide the opportunity for people to have a place they can just, go in as a market and have a one-stop shopping. That's why KUGBO International Market is a general market, but sectionalized.
The two brothers, Meso Dixon and Jerry Joseph Damara, had quickly proceeded to translate their idea and concept into reality by officially securing AA certificate of occupancy to the about 13 hectares of hilly land in KUGBO community.
If you come to KUGBO International Market, even though it is situated in a highbrow area, bordering Asokoro and also the Army Estate, and behind that you have the diplomatic zone. We took all that into cognizance, and that was how we decided to make sure that we bring in also an informal sector, which is the heartbeat of people that, of the minister of the FCT as well. And the informal sector is where even the poor of the poor can be able, to buy and sell. You can sell crayfish there, you can sell yam, you can sell pepper. All that provision is made.
Me and my brother, we like challenges. That is the first point. The challenge that came through was really what motivated us. I told you, if you go there, you'll find the place as if nothing can be done in this place because of the terrain. It's filled of mountains, filled of water lines. There's a lot of rivers came and jam in that place. But you see, one thing I learned about engineering is that the difficult, the terrain, you should expect hard work, of course, but beauty must come out of it.
Operating under a registered construction firm called Mesoto Group Limited, these two brothers, Meso Dixon and Jerry Joseph Damara, swung into action immediately and began construction work on what is designed to be a first-class international market and Africa's largest and best.
We really deserve to give back to Nigeria. Our interest is to see that Nigeria and this market reckons with every international market, around the world. When you talk about Dubai, we have a mixture of European and African concepts. That is what we are exhibiting on this market, taking advantage of the terrain to make sure that out of the, the very difficult terrain, we bring out the best.
The first thing that came to my mind when we entered here, me and my brother, we started with infrastructure. If you can see the height of this area you are seeing, it's more than a mountain. This mountain, if you look at the other mountain, that's the other height. So we have to bring it down to the level we want, and we started the infrastructure. And you can see that we have, at the stage of asphalt, and we have finished all the drainages. In fact, the site is safe There is no Waterloo, no drainage scandal again. And now we are facing the buildings. In some other developments, you will see that people are looking at the buildings before the infrastructure. That you cannot get the best. That you cannot get beauty. That you cannot get stability. But here, the Mesoto Group have done it in KUGBO International Market.
The KUGBO International Market, which is in its phase 1, is being jointly executed by Mesoto Group Limited and the Abuja Investment Company Limited, AICH. The Abuja Investment Company, which is saddled with the management of the market, is a subsidiary of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, that holds the market land in trust for the Nigerian government.
This market is a government interest and it's already been modified. It's already in the master plan of the FCT, and the COO, of course, belongs to Abuja Investment. That means the COO belongs to the minister, and it is properly, secured. So you have a shop there, it's forever. It's forever. And you can see Jais Bank are the ones sponsoring it. You can see policemen there from the Inspector General of Police to show you how the government are highly interested about this project. This is a project that any responsible person and anybody that is thinking for his future should invest in Nigeria.
We got an approval, building approval from Abuja, Federal FCDA, Development Control, for this very construction. And we are not just building, we're also being monitored. We have our very, very important standard because we are building for legacy, and to make sure that we avoid any kind of building collapse as is being experienced all over the country.
The first phase of the market comprises 52 blocks of 60 shops each, and it is projected for completion in December of 2022. The developers say the KUGBO International Market is designed to accommodate all categories of businesses, including building materials, furniture, electronic, and general goods. The market will also accommodate informal businesses as open shops for consumables.
And the informal sector is where even the poor of the poor can be able, to buy and sell. You can sell crayfish there, you can sell yam, you can sell pepper. All that provision is made.
We call it open store, some call it informal market. These are markets we are going to give it to people the local people who will go and bring their farm products like yams. Abuja is a quarry natural setup. So we believe they will benefit from that kind of portion where they can bring their agric, to come and sell as quick as possible. We want to see animal market that is the same standard as Europe. And at the same time, there's going to be a abattoir, super standard again, which will have equipments like machines that is going to butcher, machines that are going to clean up the place, clean up the meat, store it as with a facility, with a storage facility.
The project has started to attract foreign investors with a delegation of an Italian firm, DGM, already visiting the construction site. During that visit, the head of delegation from the Italy-based company, Claudio Del Ganda, said he was impressed with the quality of work done so far at the market and that talks were ongoing for possible partnerships.
Come in Nigeria because he think that Nigeria have the big door in front of the big development for the people, for the infrastructure, for everything. He think the future in Nigeria is the best future for the job, for the thing. And we prefer to come with the company now here.
Now that they have seen this, as we plan to, or as we are working with Abuja Investment Company Limited, we look forward to also doing even more, and probably also adding value to what you are doing. As we come here, we have discussed and we're looking at how we can make your project green. That means using renewable energy, solar, wind, or whatever we can get, bio, all your waste from here we recycle and make it into energy. That is the first thing they have looked at that they can bring on board.
The whole idea of setting up AICN is because government cannot, using the budget model, fund developmental infrastructure in FCT. It is not enough. So the whole idea of bringing private sector is for foreign fund, local fund, like you can see the investors here that are doing KUGBO are local. You can see the people we brought, they are foreign. So we are bringing funds from whichever direction, all directed towards Abuja to develop infrastructure. And you can see this is a very big one. And we are creating jobs, creating livelihood for everybody.
Our target is to make sure that we give our investors guarantee on return of their investment. That's why we are pursuing it, we are chasing it, we are relentlessly reinvesting, replowing every fund that comes into, Lesotho Group towards KUGBO International Market. That's why you see, any day you go there, you see something different. You will see something new. You see an improvement. That is the positive energy that you will feel each time you go to KUGBO International Market, because you will experience a whole, improved development, either in infrastructure or in the buildings proper.
Facilities at the market include banking halls, firefighting equipment, toilets, expansive parking space, including underground parking lot. Arrangement has also been made for the deployment of security personnel such as the police, civil defense corps, and other vigilance outfits in the market. The two brothers say the KUGBO International Market, which will be affordable to every Nigerian on completion, will be managed by Lesotho Group Limited for a minimum period of 25 years.